So guys, this is how I would like you to finish your plan oblique drawings with your micron pens and the shading, okay? So look at this is the handout I gave you. The front page is this. On the second page, it says, the third page, I guess, contours and depth. You are going to draw with a 0.8 the outline of the whole composition on the outside corners of it, where it will be contrasting with the paper, okay? Then the next set of lines is 0.2, and it's going to be like the inside, the outline of each volume inside this composition. And the third weight is the 005, is the corners, the corners of each composition when it's not in contrast with any of the other volumes. So in this drawing, basically, this is what it should look like. Let's see, I have a 0.8 here. And I am going to, the outline of the whole composition against the page, right, is basically this. If I were to just draw something that is outlining it on the page. So that's what I'm gonna do using my triangle always. And I'm going to start with the lines that are at the top here. And remember, it's only the lines that are along the overall outline of the composition, all right? Kind of the outside edges in a way. So these are the ones in this direction. Blow it so it doesn't, make sure it doesn't, that it's dry so you don't get any smudging. Okay, so this, and always using your triangle. Okay, so that's that edge here, and then over here it's only this little bit of it, right? Because that part of the line is inside in a way. Okay, so just making sure it's dry. Oh, I forgot this last line here at the bottom. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now the vertical lines. Again, this goes only until the point where the background is meeting with the background behind the paper. Okay, and this bit here. So the idea is that the whole composition will pop like outside of the, really kind of pop out. Okay. So that was the 0.8, and now my next set of lines is the 0.2, and this one is where I want to highlight the contrast between the volumes. So I'm kind of inside the drawing now, and I'm only highlighting the lines that are between one volume or another. So like these set of lines, and then this set of lines here. Okay, and then the last bit will be the lines that are the like kind of interior corners or inside of the volumes themselves. So we're highlighting the contrast. Okay, so let's do, I'm gonna start. So it's this little bit here, then this little bit here, and this here. So only if it's between two different volumes, it's not a line that is happening within that volume. So not this line, but that line. And not this line, but this line. Okay. Okay, so now it's this here. This. And this. And this is with using the 02 pen. Okay, and then this little inside there. Okay, and then with your 005, the thinnest one, you are going to highlight just the edges within the volume. So not in between volumes, but within each volume. These three. We have this line. Okay, up here. Okay, so a little smudge here and there. So I'm gonna get this to dry. Okay, so this is now dry enough. I'm just gonna erase the pencil lines. You can see that the 005 is very light. Okay. Okay. It's behind you. All right, so now that you have that, you're going to shade it. And you're going to use your shading palette that you developed, and I recommend that you use the lightest, the middle, and the darkest. And you are going to shade it using this method of value and orientation, and selecting one surface, it's gonna be, they're all gonna be the same, you know, maybe the lightest, the three lightest are gonna be on the top. Then the second, they're all on the same side, and the darkest also on the same side. So you can do that, you know, let's say I'm just gonna do very lightly. So like number one, number one, number one. Then this is number two, number two, number two, number three, number three, number three. So you shade it that way. So I'll do that offline, and I will come back so you can see it finished. So here I'm shading it with my lightest pencil from the palette that I developed. And I'm using a sheet of paper to give me a really sharp edge. So I'm not going over the line, and it gives me this very clean edge that way, as you can see. Now I'm doing the second, the middle, my middle shade. So thirdly, I started with my darkest shade, again using the sheet of paper to make it, my edges really sharp. So you're gonna do all those three faces. I did here a little bit, I shaded the wrong face, so I dabbed it with the eraser. After you're done, go over the internal edges with your 005 again, because it is very light, and it kind of fades away. So just go over it again so it's nice and sharp. I hope that that was helpful for you to figure out how to draw and shade your final plan oblique.